Hey guys, Ultramaximus back with another comic book review. I've got a lot of books I want to go through, so I'm going to put a few of them out. I'm going to break them up into a couple groups. So the first one I want to talk about is some Batman comics. Now I picked a few of them up, a couple Batman Black and Whites, and one in particular, Batman number 25, year zero or 0 year, whatever they want to call it, 0 year. They're kind of resetting the DC universe. Which is pretty decent. It's actually a pretty good read. Gordon comes to talk to Bruce about some things, and they're on the property, and he gets real close to discovering the Batcave, and they pretty much pawn it off as they had the generator for the house down there, and they were spraying for bats. Great line in here, Alfred talking about not cleaning up bat crap off of the equipment. I thought that was pretty amusing. So, all in all, it's a pretty decent book. It was really not too bad. Lucius from the Nolan films, he is in this as well, which I kind of like to bring that character in. I like the fact they've got the blimps from Batman the Animated Series, and basically they talk about how Bruce Wayne donated them to the police department to keep tabs on the police because they're kind of crooked. So I thought that was pretty good. All in all, really, the reason I bought this comic was for the cover. I adore this cover. It's flat black, and it has raised gloss black outline for the logo and the title and the little bat symbol down there. Phenomenal. Absolutely love this. I hope they do this with a Superman book. I'd like to see them do that with maybe a blue or a red. Maybe for Flash, green for Green Lantern, orange for Aquaman. I think that would be really, really phenomenal. So yeah, this is a pretty good read, but the cover alone is worth the price of admission for me. I also picked up issues 3 and 4 of Batman Black and White. Talk about issue 3 really fast. Here's the cover to it. The back cover irritates me. This is Batman Black and White. Why is this cover in color? This is the only one so far that's been in color, and I really don't get it. I thought that was kind of strange. Now, there are a couple really good stories in this one. The first story with, I believe it's Damian. He's kind of learning from Batman, or it's one of the Robins. I can't remember which one it is. I want to say it's Damian. If I'm wrong, correct me. He's basically learning the rules and everything, and they're going through, and he's trying to infiltrate some drug dealers and this and that and the other, and it's talking about rule 1. You always do this, you always do that, and blah 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 blah. And that's very in Batman's like, rule number 1: don't leave your keys in the ignition, because somebody steals his motorcycle, which I thought was pretty funny. There's some other really good stories, like there's a story here where it's basically a dream. It's got all of the Batman characters in it, and he's kind of going through it, and he wakes up, and it was a dream, so he's about ready to go to work, which was pretty nice. I liked all the characters added in there. But I have to say, the absolute best story that was in the book, it's this one right here. And what it is, Batman's going through, they're talking about a criminal that is going to be executed, and he's like, no, Batman's going to save me, Batman's going to save me. He goes through the whole thing. It's like a half hour, 45 minutes till execution, and they're going through, and he basically proves his innocence, and it turns out that the person at the end is, spoiler alert, the Joker, and he did it because he knew Batman would save him. He spent 4 years locked up on death row, waiting for Batman to prove his innocence, and he set everything up, so it's kind of a sick joke. Probably one of the best Joker stories I have read in a decade. So this one is definitely worth picking up just for that. There's also a really interesting story where they bring back an old character from the 60s, an alien policeman, and they bring a character that kind of messes with words and language, and very artistic story. So all in all, it's a good story. I don't like the cover. I was kind of disappointed in that, but it's a cover, I guess. I like one cover, I hate the other cover, right? Now, issue number 4 also came out, again, going back to the black and white, except for the victim's lipstick. There's a little bit of red there, and I like that. That's kind of artistic. I do kind of dig that. I thought that was pretty good. Oh, and her rubies on her earrings and ring there. I thought that was pretty nice. So this is kind of, unfortunately, I mean, it's an okay book. There's some decent stories. Probably the most interesting one to me is the Mad Hatter and Penguin story. Basically, the Penguin jumps in one of Mad Hatter's schemes and kind of hijacks it. Kind of an old school style of artwork, which is neat. And Batman picks up the Penguin by a very quick and easy clue, being his cigarettes. He could tell the smell of Penguin cigarettes. Another, probably one of my favorite stories, there's one where he's kind of going through, and it's kind of a night in the life of Batman, all the things he's doing as he goes through the night. It just kind of catalogs the different hours, and he ends up sitting next to Catwoman. How's your night going? Blah, blah, blah. Long day. He says, I'm just getting started, kind of thing, which was pretty cool. And then there's another really good story in this one that he actually did like a lot, was he ends up getting in a fight with the Killer Croc in an alley, and there's a military vet who's kind of down on his luck, and he's got this friend of a little rat. I mean, he's got nothing in life except for this little mouse rat that's his friend in the alley. He's a homeless guy. It's a little heavy-handed to have the homeless guy in the alley be a war veteran, but okay, whatever. If it's the vehicle to drive it, that's fine. And then there's a very anime-style story with Superman at the end that Batman and Robin go and help him out and stop Brainiac. Very, very animated style. So, all in all, this is a pretty decent book. It hasn't been the strongest book, but it does have a handful of really good stories. So there we go. Batman Black and White, kind of, and Batman number 25, this week's Bat books to pick up. Pretty decent. If you're a Batman fan, you're definitely going to like them. So, what do you guys think of them? Where do you think the story for the whole Zero Year is going? I'd like to hear your comments. So, thanks for watching, and look for, like I said, some more comic book reviews coming up.